Okay, in this video, we're going to show you how to manage your users. So let's go straight to the user button, and we select it. Now it brings us to a page that shows us all of the users that we currently have in our system that are logged to our organization. So we're currently logged in as the organization administrator. As an organization administrator, we can create sub-org admins and mobile app users. So let's talk about the distinction between them. So here you can actually see on the screen, these are sub-org admins. There's 3 of them here, and there's 2 mobile app users. Okay. When we want to create a new user, you have an add user button. You can select that. When you do, it'll actually clear out this area over here. So why don't we do this? We'll create a sub-org admin first, and then we'll create a mobile app user. So the first one we're going to create, let's create one, and we'll call him Don Johnson, and we'll say Don at airline1.com, and password we're just going to put XXX123. Okay, and for roles, this is where we can create them as a mobile app user or a sub-org admin. So what's the difference? So I'm going to choose sub-org admin. When I choose sub-org admin, it's going to then ask me what sub-organization am I creating this user for? And in this case, I can select any one of the sub-orgs that I've already created for my organization. I'm going to choose this Test Airline Heathrow, and I'm going to press save. Now when I press save, you'll see that Don Johnson has appeared here. He's a sub-org admin. I can view him by selecting there and see his details. I can come click on this to edit and edit his information, or I can delete him as a user. Okay. Now, why do we create sub-org admins? It's because as an org administrator, we don't want to have just one person creating mobile app users for every single sub-org, because, for example, London Heathrow and Hong Kong are going to be 6 hours difference. So it makes more sense to delegate control to a sub-org admin to be able to create mobile app users. So if we create a sub-org admin, then we give that permission to that location, then they can create and manage the mobile app users at that location. Okay, so we created a sub-org admin here, and now what we're going to do is we're going to click on add user, and we're going to create a mobile app user. We're going to say mobile app user is Tom Jones, and he's Tom at airline1.com, and password is XXX123. And roles, this time we're going to say he's a mobile app user, and again he's at Test Airline Heathrow. So we press save, and now you can see that Tom Jones shows up here, Tom at airline, and he's a mobile app user. So now this user, you can now give this email to that person and say, okay, use this email and give them the password that you set up, and they can then use the mobile app to log into the system and perform transfers. And when they perform the transfers, they will perform them as Test Airline Heathrow, which is associated with the airport code London Heathrow, which is LHR. So the point is that you have the ability to create suborgs, admins, who can then create the mobile app user. So when this suborg logs in, this Don Johnson logs in fact, why don't we do that? We'll log out. We'll log in as Don at airline1.com, and we'll XXX123. We will press login. And when we log in, you'll notice Don doesn't have as much access to information, because the org administrator has much more visibility to the ULDs. Well, actually has some of the same. He doesn't have control of the organization, but he has access to the users, which we want him to create. He can see the transfers at his location, and he can see the ULD IDs associated with his org, or any that have passed through his sub-organization. And he can also change his password. So if we click on users now, you'll see only one. It's because we logged in as Don, and we are associated with Heathrow. So the only thing we see is the mobile app users associated with Heathrow. So if we wanted to add a new user, and let's say it's Jim Powell, and we'll say Jim at airline1.com, and we put in XXX123. When we click save, you notice it didn't ask me if he was a suborg. It doesn't ask me what location he's at because I'm a suborg admin. I can only create for London Heathrow, and I can only create mobile app users. Okay, so that is explaining how you manage users as a org admin and as a suborg admin, and how we delegate authority to the suborgs to be able to manage the mobile app users.